Vocabulary of the day today for 2.5. We're going to start with identity. Identity is defined as an equation that is true for all values of the variable. So if you solve the equation and you end up with a true statement such as 6 equals 6, you would write identity. That means any value you put in for that variable makes it a true statement. No solution is kind of the opposite of that. There is absolutely no value you can substitute in to make it a true statement. An example of what you might get would be 0 equals 13. That's not a true statement, so the answer would be no solution. So we've been working with algebraic equations that have exactly one solution. We now have identity, meaning that it's true for all values, or no solution, meaning there is nothing that would work for that. In 2.5, our goal of the day is to solve equations with variables on both sides. Our first example here is on page 105. We have 24 minus 3m equals 5m. We want variables on one side, numbers on the other. I would move this 3m to the other side. To do that, we do the opposite or inverse of subtraction, which is to add. So we end up with 24, because these cancel, equals 8m. The opposite of multiplying is to divide. Our answer ends up being the value of m is 3. We now have 20 plus, and I recommend you write a 1 in front of that c, equals 4c minus 7. And you have a choice. Variables on one side, numbers on the other, it doesn't matter. I'm going to start here and add my 7 to both sides. So I end up with 27 plus 1c equals, these cancel, so we have 4c over here. I now need to get this variable to the other side. The opposite of addition is to subtract. So 27, because these cancel, equals 3c. Divide. Our value of c is 9. 9 minus 3k equals 17k minus 2k. Don't be confused here. These are on the same side. They're like items and on the same side. So the first thing we want to do is combine. 17 minus 2k is going to give us 15k. So now that we have those two combined, we're going to move this k to the other side. The opposite of subtraction is addition. These cancel. We have 18k. Divide both sides by 18. We have a fraction, 9 over 18, which reduces to 1 over 2, and that gives us our value of k. In this problem, we have 5z minus 2. We then have our distributive property that we need to take care of. So we have 5z minus 2. We're going to distribute here. 2 times 3z would be 6z. Distribute here. 2 times negative 4 would be negative 8. And again, choices. I can choose to move this z to this side. 5z minus 6z would be negative 1z minus 2 equals, these cancel, minus 8. I add 2 and add 2. Negative 1z equals negative 6. I divide by negative 1. The value of z is 6. Again, distributive property, so 3 minus 4a. We distribute the 5 here. 5 times a would give us 5a. We distribute the 5 here. 5 times negative 3 would be negative 15. If I add 4a and add 4a, these cancel, so I have 3 equals 9a minus 15. Add 15 to both sides. 18 equals 9a. Divide both sides by 9. The value of a is 2. Oops, not a very good 2. Try that again. One more example here, and here's where the directions change. It says check your solution. Okay, solve the equation and check your solution. I'm not requiring you to check. I highlighted that to tell you that. It's up to you. It's in good practice to check, but certainly not a requirement of mine. So we have 8y minus 6 equals 2/3 times 6y plus 15. Divide both sides by 2/3. We're multiplying by 2/3. The opposite of that is to divide by 2/3. So we have 8 over 1 divided by 2 over 3. And we have negative 6 over 1 divided by 2 over 3. First one stays the same. Multiply and flip it upside down. Multiply straight across, and we end up with a value of 12. So the first one stays the same. Multiply, flip, multiply straight across. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. 2 times 1 is 2. I lost my y here. I'm sorry. Negative 18 divided by 2 would be minus 9. On this side, these cancel, and I am left with 6y plus 15. Subtract 6y from each side. We're left with 6y minus 9 equals, these cancel, positive 15. Add 9 to both sides. 6y equals 24. Divide by 6. I'm slowly running out of room, but I'm going to end up with y equals 4. So these are your notes for 2.5.